Hey guys, I'm just making this video just to let you know a few changes that are happening to the channel. First of all, you're going to see a lot more of me. Hi, this is me. Hi, this is one of the first videos I'm going to do like this with me looking at you. And the reason I'm doing this is because I want to start streaming the games as I play them. So as you may know, for these overview videos that you're going to see now, I play each game for an hour or two each, sometimes less, sometimes more, depends on what I think of the game. Just try to get a quick overview for you of what the game feels like, how it plays and things like that. And then I make these overview videos. But I figured whilst I'm doing that, why not stream as well? Now, certain software will allow you to make 2 copies of what you're recording, but not with a lot of freedom. I use Open Broadcasting Studio, or OBS, which I really like to use. And if I'm going to continue using that, then I'm always going to be capturing my webcam whilst I record the video footage for you guys. So what I'm going to do now, as you'll see in this video, whilst I'm talking about the video, you're going to see my face in one of the corners, and you'll see me speaking the words that you're hearing on screen, which I've not done before. That's going to overlay the webcam from when I'm streaming these videos whilst I play them. Hopefully I can just cut out then what I was saying during the stream and just have what I'm saying now, just letting you know. I hope it all makes sense. Things are going to change. Firstly, I've got a new webcam on the way. The one I'm using now is just a desk-based one, so it's looking up at me, and a lot of the time I'm looking at the screen just to familiarise myself with the game which I've just played. I'm generally watching my gameplay, so I'm thinking about things to say, or I'll have some notes that I'll be reading, or a few lines that I might be reading that I feel relevant to that current video. So a lot of times you're going to see me looking up like this. So I'm looking at the screen, I'm reading off the screen, I'm watching the video off the screen. It's not ideal, and it's because of this camera I'm currently using right now is not very good, and it's fixed to the desk. But I've got a new one on the way. It's going to be mounted to the top of the monitor, and hopefully then it will look better. It'll look like I'm talking to you properly whilst I'm reading or watching what's on screen, and I can give, my analysis of the game, what I think, and hopefully that helps you decide whether you want to use your time downloading and playing that game that month. So, I have rabbited on long enough, just let you know, that's why I'm here. So without further ado, let's crack on with the video. Thanks. Hello Internet, welcome to Games Done Wrongish. Today we'll be taking a look at the first 2 Xbox Games with Gold titles for July 2018. I am sorry that this is a week late this month. I was on a family vacation or holiday and only just got back. Despite the delay, let's take a look at the games on offer. The titles are Assault Android Cactus and Virtua Fighter 5, The Final Showdown. Assault Android Cactus is a top-down shooter in the style of the old Gauntlet or Smash TV games. The game basically turns into a bullet hell in which you need to dodge the incoming fire while applying your own. After the initial tutorial level, which teaches you the basic controls, you get to choose your android and start the game. The controls, as stated, are very basic. They are simply move with the left stick and aim with the right stick, press the right trigger to fire and the left trigger to switch to your secondary weapon. The androids you get to choose are pretty much the same aesthetically, however each model has a different set of guns which allows them to complete each level with different styles. In this playthrough I chose the android named Lemon. This character has a spread shot main weapon and a rocket launcher secondary. I chose this because the spread shot generally allows you to keep moving while having a good chance of hitting something at the same time. There is another character named Holly which has a homing shot main weapon. If I were playing with my son, I would advise him to use this android as it would have made it easier for him to hit things while trying to dodge the incoming enemy fire. Once your android is chosen, you can start the first mission. These are generally one-room affairs that have waves of enemies coming at you from all directions, and you simply need to shoot them all down and collect the white power-ups to increase your rate of fire. The enemies also drop green battery power-ups that refill your android's battery power. This power depletes over time as you play, and getting shot will stun you in place in a kind of crowd-controlled state until you rapidly tap fire to get out of it. This mechanic seems to be there just to ensure you are being more attack-minded and not playing too defensive. If you are not destroying enemies fast enough, the battery charges will not drop fast enough and you will run out of power, which results in game over. Eventually, after a few levels, you are confronted with a boss battle. These are the same thing really. They fire a lot of bullets at you which you must dodge while laying down your own fire. The battery mechanic is also at work here. The bosses have a set number of health bars. When you deplete one bar, they will drop a battery charge, which you can use to recharge your battery and keep going. Due to the battery mechanic, you need to keep taking down the bars with efficiency or you will run out of power before the boss is defeated. Enemies and bosses also drop other power-ups which change colour while they are left uncollected. While the power-up is yellow, it will give you a speed boost. This not only speeds up your Android, however, it also speeds up the enemies too, so it's not always wise to grab this if there are a lot of bullets on screen, or you could get caught out and defeated very easily. When the power-up is blue, it will stun all enemies on screen at that moment. This can give you a breather, allowing you to pick them off easily and collect any other power-ups or battery packs on screen. Newly spawning enemies will not be affected by the CC power, however, so it's best to use this again to your advantage when there are a lot of enemies in play already, for instance. The red power-up is the simplest and therefore my favourite. It's just an all-out damage increase. You shoot bigger and faster bullets, allowing you to take enemies down much faster. If I can, I wait for the red power-up, but it's not always possible as it can get hectic and other power-ups such as the CC can also be very useful. The game has 29 achievements to collect for your 1000 gamer score. The estimated time to collect them all is 12 to 15 hours. Overall, I was not impressed by this game. Multiplayer, there may be some fun to be had with it, but it just seems to be missing something. The games I have likened it to are Smash TV and Gauntlet, but those games send you into multiple rooms, they have a fun backstory or theme and more reasons to keep you playing. This game just feels a bit flat, especially seeing as Nier Automata came out just days before we got this game. Nier has bullet hell type gameplay along with R-type style gameplay and third person action gameplay. I would much rather get back to playing that than spending time with this game. Granted, not everyone is going to have the luxury of playing Nier or have the same opinion as me and may actually enjoy this game more as it allows for some fun multiplayer. Whether you download it and play it or not is up to you at the end of the day. I just hope I shed some light on what the game is about and how it plays for you so you can better decide how to spend your time downloading and playing games right now. Virtua Fighter 5 The Final Showdown is a bog standard fighting game for this day and age. I am sure it's had its fans over the years and those fans have had some great memories from the series, but I think it's had its day and this edition is not worth picking up right now. I'm not saying that the game does not know how to be a fighting game, it does. It has everything you need to be a decent fighting game. Various characters and arenas, an extensive move and combo list, and responsive gameplay. The problem for me is that it does not have a story to play through in the single player campaign, and that there are not many other modes to play. There is simply single player, offline multiplayer, and Xbox Live matches. With fighting games like Injustice, Mortal Kombat and Tekken having many modes of gameplay and a story driven single player, it just makes older style games like this one feel old and stale. I do feel that they put in very little effort into the moves list or explanations on how to pull off the movesets as well. The game for instance has a blue button prompt for punch, but the blue button on the Xbox is X, and that button seems to do nothing but shimmy your feet. Then there is a green button prompt to grab, which is not A. LB is the grab or grapple button. Just simple things like using the Xbox 360 button prompts for the actual moves would have gone a long way with me. Not enough to keep the game installed on my Xbox, but enough to make me want to try harder to learn the moves and how the game plays. The game has 12 achievements to collect. As it was an old arcade title, those 12 achievements only amassed to 400 gamer points. I've not played a Virtua Fighter game since the Sega Saturn days, I think, so I was actually quite happy to try this game out and see what they had done with it. Unfortunately, my inexperience with the franchise is probably what has left me put off. It does not play or feel like any of the big name fighting games around these days. For fans of the series, this may be a plus, I don't know. For me, however, it has nothing appealing to offer. I feel this is a shame, as I have been doing these videos for almost a year now, and I've always found the good in at least one game each and every time. These two games this month have left me disappointed. I still think that getting any games with my sub is great. Anyway, I have paid for the Xbox Live service since it came out and never regretted it, even when there was nothing else other than online gameplay available. But with that said, I think this has been the poorest opening to any month of games with gold. What do you think about these games? Have I missed the point in them? Is there much more under the hood that I am missing, or are both games in the wrong era now? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and then join me again later in the month when we will take a look at the other two games on offer. If you like this video, please consider watching another. 2 suggestions will be on screen now. Also, if you have not subscribed already, please do so by clicking the icon in the middle of this screen. Every view and subscription will go a long way to helping the channel grow, and in turn will result in more content for you. Thank you, and until the next time, goodbye.